Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, please do subscribe down below, click the like button, all that good stuff. It's massively appreciated. As I record this, we're on the verge of 8,000 subscribers on the channel, which is nuts. Again, we're gaining about 1,000 subs a week, maybe even shorter than that to be fair. But thank you so much for the support. It means the world to me. Please do drop a like if this video helps you. I've said it plenty of times before. I'm going to stop saying it soon. But the YouTube algorithm now really only cares about likes, which is, again, ridiculous. But it'd be great if you could drop a like. It helps the video get recommended and it helps the channel to keep growing. As always, if you want to watch videos live, click the link down below. Come over to Twitch where I live stream. One of the fastest growing FIFA channels over there. We're getting 200, 300, 400 people at times in streams, which is incredible. If you want to get any sort of trading questions you have, any questions about this method, any other methods, come over there and watch. As you watch this video, I will be live streaming and it is our Thursday flipping day where we buy into our silvers and make a lot of profit. Make sure you come over to Twitch if you want to get involved in that and start learning the ropes of how to trade with silvers. There is no more profitable way to trade on this game than with silvers. But this is episode 17 of the League SBC Method to Glory. And I thought for this episode we would strip it completely back and I'd answer some of the questions that you guys have got about this method in terms of what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and any sort of struggles you guys are having, and try and dispel a few myths about this method, because I see a lot of guys in the comments like, this is what this is, and he didn't tell you this, and he hasn't told you that you need to do this. It's none of it's true. A lot of it's bull. It's people that either don't know what they're doing with the method or have warped ideas of what this method is in terms of how it works and what you're doing. So we're going to get into it. The first question that I get asked all the time, while we're doing it, I'm going to be like opening bronze packs up and stuff like that. The first question that I get asked all the time is, how much have I spent? Or how much do I spend? So we'll start off with how much I spend at a time. And I spend about 50k on bronze packs every time that I do it. So I find time to do this throughout the day. So if I'm waiting for a video to edit, I will open bronze packs up. If I'm on stream, I'll open bronze packs up. Yeah, it's the best. Thank you for the follow on Twitch, bro. I appreciate you. If I am just in Discord at night time, we have a thing called Chill Trading in my Discord where I sit in there and answer questions. We have a laugh. People just talk about life in general. I answer questions there. I open bronze packs up, but I do probably 50k every other day, every 3 days even. So it's not a case of having to do 50k packs, 50k pack worth of packs all the time, every day. It's not true. But there is a point to be made that you want to be opening up bronze packs as often as you possibly can, because that's what the grind is. This is the main point of the grind. When it comes down to how much I've actually spent on bronze packs, I probably reckon I've spent about 700 to 750k so far on this method. Now, those of you who have watched these episodes so far know that as part of that, I have packed a FUT birthday Hazard, I have packed Cristiano Ronaldo, I have packed Hazard himself before he was a FUT birthday, I have packed ter Stegen, Laporte, Bernardo Silva, numerous 85s and some more, I think I picked Vertonghen as well, numerous cards. I packed loads and loads of cards throughout this method. If you can go down there, you can go up. But I reckon about 750. So obviously, for obvious reasons, I am in profit. But I don't really care about the profit in terms of what I am looking at for those cards. They're fine. They can sit there. That's not a problem. I've made money from them. I'm happy. For me, the whole point is I've spent 750k. And so far, I've completed most of the major leagues at least twice. So that is basically 10 88 rated cards or 87 rated cards, which in themselves have a value of something in the region of about 500k, given the market conditions at the moment. And I've also done pretty much all the minor leagues at least once. A couple of them I've done twice. So we're about 800,000 coins in terms of the value of those players alone, forgetting the fact that we've obviously packed FUT birthday Hazard, Cristiano Ronaldo. But that's essentially the spend that I've done in terms of bronze packs on this method. And as part of those bronze packs, I'm also including times I've had to buy silvers to upgrade those. What I haven't done yet is also go through my club and clear out all the squad fitnesses that I picked up, all the position changes, all the chem styles that I picked up. I don't know how many times I packed anchor doing this. I think I've got about 15 anchors sat in my club. I need to sell all that stuff to know what value I've got back. But at first, I kept an eye on what I was spending a lot of the time because I was really hot on that. But now I know I'm in massive amounts of profit. I haven't got to worry too much. I'm not too stressed. The flip side of that is also that I trade at the same time. So I'm only using my trade profit. So if I show you my transfer pile this morning, in terms of what I've sold going into Weekend League, this Badger that I picked up, I think the other day for 360. I sold for 410. I picked this Bergkamp up last night for 350. Sold him for 400. I picked this Inzaghi up for 140, I think. This Carlos, you guys saw me pick him up for 460 on the video. We sold him for 515. So I mean, there's a ton of profit there. That's all paying these bronze packs, and that's why I bring out a video in the morning to teach you guys to make coins, so you can use the profit from that for this method. But The one question I keep being asked is, when will this method be profitable? And the aim of this method is not to be profitable. Obviously, the hope is that you're going to be profitable, but the aim of this method is to break even, essentially. It is to do SBCs for free, essentially. So you're using whatever you get from the packs and from the league SBCs themselves to make coins, to get cards, to save your coins. So that's the whole point of this method, right? So that's the most important thing to note about this method. It's not about making profit. The chances are a lot of you will. I've seen some of you guys pack prime icon moments. I've seen you guys pack really expensive FUT birthdays. One guy packed Mbappe's FUT birthday. I know one of you just messaged me today and said he packed prime icon moments Figo. Like, this is the hope. It's always the hope that you do that. But all you need to be doing is breaking even. And you're opening packs up for free, breaking even, and doing the method. That's the whole point. That's essentially how the finance of this whole thing works. In terms of how often I open bonds packs, I'd say over the course of 2 days, I do 50k. So it's not just 1 day. Over the course of 2 days, I do 50k. And then I convert those up, basically. And that's what I do. Now let's talk about the conversions. Because I've seen a lot of people go, I open 50k of bronze players, and I only end up with 10 silver packs. That is physically impossible. Now, unless you are packing a League SBC player in every single bronze pack, and that's it, that's the only way that's going to happen. 50k bronze packs gets you a minimum of 375 bronzes, but you probably end up closer to 450. A lot of packs have 2 or 3 more players in it than normal, so that's a fact. But minimum 375 bronzes. Of those, you're probably looking at about 100 at max being League SBC bronzes, but even then I don't think that's overly, I think that's generous if I'm honest. I think 50 to 75 is probably what you're seeing in terms of bronzes. So let's say even with 250 players, right? 250 players is about 23 to 24 silver packs. That's the minimum you should be getting back from this method, right? That's the absolute minimum. That also does not account for the fact that when you open up the packs in the League SBCs, you get bronze cards in that as well, which go back into your club, and a lot of those won't be League SBC bronzes. So every conversion I get, I end up with about 40 to 50 packs. And so those of you who are saying that you open up 50k bronze packs and get 10 silver upgrade packs or bronze upgrade packs into silvers, you're either lying or you're doing it wrong. And if you're doing it wrong, that means you're not checking your cards properly and making sure you know all the leagues. And I cannot stress it enough. I don't know how people are struggling with this, but I want to make it clear. The leagues aren't difficult. And if you want to know the leagues, just flick through. Just literally flick through. Write down the ones that are League SBCs and then flick through and go, okay, League 1's not one. League 2's not one. The French League 2's not one. Calcio B's not one. And just flick through that way and do it that way. Like, by the time I've even got out of the major leagues, I usually have 15 packs. Well, maybe not 15, maybe 10. 10 packs already, 2 silver pair packs by the time I get out of this. So that's what you have to understand. Either you're doing it wrong or you're not opening 50k up. It's as simple as that. The other thing I get asked about that is people saying to me, can I start this method with 20k? In my opinion, no, there's no point. I believe that you need to have at least 100k in the bank so you can open up 50k of bronze packs, 50k to trade with, 50k bronze packs, 50k to trade with. And that's how you'll grind and do it better. Realistically, that is how you do it better. It's as simple as that. Once you get those bronze players in your club, though, a lot of people are like, it takes them very, very long to do upgrades. Juanito, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Let me just mute this, guys. A lot of people are saying that it takes them ages to upgrade. Now, it takes me about an hour to convert my whole club. And I didn't realise that a lot of you didn't know that this was a thing. But I'm just going to show you how you want to upgrade, basically. So if you go to upgrades, you go to bronze upgrade, okay? And you go use squad builder. That's what you want to use, a squad builder. And you want to go bronze, and then just go to a league. I'm going to go to a league that I know will have loads in it. So let's just go to the Irish league. And you just press Y. Squad builder complete. And it bring up the squad for you. And then so I haven't got enough mids from the Irish league, so I will just do that. And I'll put a goalkeeper in there. And I'll just press start, submit, done. That's it, done. That's all you've got to do. That shouldn't take too long at all. That should be easy enough. Yeah, that's all the upgrades are. And that's as quick as you can do it. If you, for example, let's say, you're doing the Irish league and you're left with 2 players, just hold on to those. Remember, you've got 2 Irish players in there. Because if you get to a league like the South African league that only has 3, you're like, well, there's 5. And if you go to another league that only has a few, then you're like, okay, well, that's 6 and 7. And then you'll be able to get an extra bronze pack out of that method without doubt. Okay? So that's the upgrades. Everyone then asks how often I do my silver upgrades. I probably do it every other time I do bronze packs. So I'll do bronze packs into silvers, and then I'll go and do the grind in terms of leagues. Next time I'll do bronze packs into silvers, into golds, into the rare golds or whatever, and then I'll go and do the grind for the league. And then I rinse and repeat it that way. That I find the most effective way to do it. I don't see a point in getting 4 gold packs at a time. I might as well save myself some time, and when I'm on the grind, actually do it that way. That's a really simplistic way the way that I think of it anyway, in terms of how I'm going to make the the method worked for me, basically. That's the long and short of it. So we've talked about the bronze packs in terms of, apologies if you can hear the dog barking, he just barks at everything. That's the bronze. That's how much I spend on bronzes. That's how I convert them up to silvers. That's what I do. Now let's talk about dupes. First thing, if you are opening up bronze packs and you're getting loads and loads of dupes continually, stop opening bronze packs. This method's most effective when you're not getting dupes, okay? Most effective by a mile when you're not getting dupes. Now, you're going to get dupes every now and then. The other day, I hit the exact same Brescia player in two same packs, one after the other, which is fine because he sold for quite a bit. But I said, long way short of it, unless it's a card like that, you don't really want too many dupes. Like, for example, I've got a dupe there, the Chinese league player. If I keep hitting dupes Chinese league players, I usually know that means I need to be looking at that league, okay? That means I need to be looking at that league. So I'm going to get rid of all this stuff here. Get rid of all that and send these guys to club. If you're getting lots of dupes, then be mindful of that. However, if you get league SBC dupes, I sell them, okay? I'm going to simplify it for you guys because you guys sort of, I think, get a bit confused. I sell dupes because that's more coins going back into the club than it is in terms of having to sit there and wait for me to compete that league and fill up my transfer pile. I now of the mentality, I just sell my dupes. And talking about selling stuff from the bronze packs, some of you guys have been asking about what to do with the copper cards. Now, firstly, the copper packs are easier to put together on the web app because this game still doesn't have the Copper League on it, which is utterly mind-boggling to me that they brought out an incomplete promo. It's just, again, very much EA. But Copper players, I do the Copper SBC. I was debating sending for a little while, but it is an easy SBC and you get a lot of silver players from it. So I complete the Copper SBC. But if you sell your Copper players, most of your bronze packs in terms of 50k spend will probably be profitable. And that's an option for you. If you are coin light, you haven't got many coins, maybe consider selling the Copper cards and not doing the Copper SBC. I don't think they're that difficult to do, but maybe consider selling them. Maybe consider selling them so you can get back most of your bronze pack spend, so you haven't got to worry too much about that. That's something that you guys could think about doing, in all honesty. That's not something I recommend necessarily, because that leads on to the next point about which leagues to do. I get this question all the time. Which leagues should I be doing? And so for me, I do all of them. I don't miss out any of them because I think it's one big giant circle, okay? Some of you guys are like, well, what league should I do? If you're going to do the leagues, you can choose, for example, Bundesliga and Serie A, in my opinion, have the two best packs. So I fit two best leagues for packs. So I would do those without a doubt, okay? I'd also then choose another random, like, league that's got, maybe I'd probably go with any other league that has an 88 rated player in it that's still relatively sort of gold heavy. Maybe like the Eredivisie. If you really want to cut it down, the Eredivisie, I'd say, would be a decent one. They've got okay packs and you get an 88 rated player out of that. And then the two leagues you have to do, realistically, the Saudi League and the Chinese League, both of them are mainly bronze heavy, so you get most of the players you need from them from bronze pack method full stop anyway. So you haven't even got to worry too much about that. But I do all the leagues because I think it's a bit better cycle like that. Then, next question, moving on to that again. So we're talking about leagues now, cycling them. The next question I get asked all the time is, how am I in a situation where I can open up all these packs? Because once you get to a certain point, like I have, you're just cycling all the time. All the time you're cycling. So let's say, for example, I go and do the Liverpool SBC. So I've lost all the Liverpool players from my club. They're all gone. And I put those into that SBC. And then I'll go and open up, I don't know, the Bayern Munich pack. The Bayern Munich pack might then give me Liverpool players. So Bayern Munich might be gone, but then I've got Liverpool players from there. And I might go and open up the, I don't know, let's go with Ibar. I might go and open up the Ibar pack. And they might give me two Bayern Munich players from there. And as you open up packs from these places, ones you've already done will get filled up gradually by this. And it keeps cycling. And that's why, for me now, I haven't got to do bronze packs every day, because the packs themselves cycle stuff into my club, and it continually becomes a cycle of me picking up players and they're going in there. And then I just use the bronzes to top up my silvers and stuff for those random leagues that then I open up. And again, I will pick up players for those random leagues. You saw it in yesterday's video. I couldn't do Sevilla. I opened up all the packs yesterday. I then did Sevilla because I got 4 or 5 Sevilla players in those packs. And that's how the cycle gets there. And that's really simplistically how I open up all these packs. Realistically, it's not difficult. In terms of knowing what players to sell from those packs, again, I sell no player unless it's a duplicate. I get people saying to me, I just packed a 10,000 coin bronze, should I sell them? No. It's defeating the object of the whole method. If you pack that 10,000 coin player, keep them, because you're going to need that 10,000 coin player for one of the league SBCs at some point. The only exception to that is when the silvers are extremely high. You can potentially sell the silvers and buy them back again when they come down today, which is Thursday. When they come down in price, you can probably buy them back cheaper. But that relies upon you remembering what you sold them for and keeping that money aside so that you can then go, right, I'm going to go and buy that Dijon player back now. He's 7k cheaper. But for me, I don't even bother. I just keep all the players I get from League SBCs, they stay in the club, full stop, capital letter. It isn't, honestly, I promise you, this method isn't rocket science at all. So that's in terms of the grind, in terms of how we open packs and X, Y, Z, and that's all good. I then get asked what are the best league packs to do. Again, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. I packed Hazard from a mega pack, his 5th birthday. I packed normal Hazard from just a standard Electrum player pack. I packed Ronaldo from a mega pack, and from rare Electrums and rare mix players packs, I packed absolutely nothing. It doesn't matter. It's just luck. You might get something, you might not. But then I get asked, when you do pack someone good, what do you do? So, let's say, for example, when I packed that ter Stegen was extremely high at the time, I sold him. I don't need a 90 rated player for this grind, because I'm getting 88 rated players anyway, and that is the ceiling price of the mid icon, right? I don't need a 90 rated player, so I sell him. I don't need, get him out of there. Any player that is above value of fodder, you can sell. Number one, because you can buy back a player of the same rating that is fodder for cheaper. Number two, because it's profit. You can use that then to put back into bronze packs again, or into whatever part of this grind you're doing. So if you do pick up let's actually go and open up the silver packs I've got here for now, actually. Let's go and do that. If you do pick up so these 15 here is just the major leagues. That's what I've got just from doing the major leagues, just for reference. If you do pick up a card of value, sell them. Unless it's a fodder card, then keep them. I keep all fodder, all cards that are just standard fodder. And if you're wondering what fodder is, that tends to be either unusable, potentially sometimes usable, but high rated cards that no one really puts in their team that go into the SBCs. I keep all my fodder. I just keep all of it and use it as part of this grind. It speeds it up. It's not a problem whatsoever. I keep that going. I don't stress about it whatsoever. And yeah, just keep the grind going in that way. It's not been so nice so far. But yeah, fodder gets sold. It's as simple as that. Fodder gets kept, high rated fodder, expensive fodder. So expensive cards like Hazard or whatever to stake and I sell. I don't keep them. Players that people use, I sell. If I know it's going to go into a team, it gets sold. The next thing that I get asked, and I honestly couldn't believe that I've been asked this so many times, but then I was like, maybe I probably should have shown you this, guys, at the beginning, is how do you know what clubs you are close to competing? And it really is as simple as going to league and cycling through. So Bournemouth, for example, I have 4 players for. Arsenal, for example, I've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. I wouldn't put Leno into it because you don't need him for that. Aston Villa, I've got 3 players for. Brighton, I've just done, so I've got nothing for them. Burnley, I've got 4 players for. And you just cycle through. Chelsea, I can pretty much do now. I've got Chelsea there. Like, that's Chelsea done, so we know I can do Chelsea now. Crystal Palace, I'm close to doing. Everton, I've just done. Leicester City, 5, not far from doing. And then this leads on to the next question that you guys always ask is, how many players do I do it from? So I've seen a lot of you go 4 or 5. That's wrong. Don't do it for 4 or 5. You're costing yourself more coins than you need to be costing yourself. My rule is at minimum 7. Is my hard and fast rule. Minimum 7 players from a club. Unless it's a team like City, for example. Here's City right now. City only needs, I think, 5 or 6 for their SBC, in which case you're fine to have 5 or 6, honestly. But the hard and fast rule is 7. Just on United, just on Newcastle. No, it's nice. We've got something back there. Hard and fast rule is 7. Full stop, capital letter. There's no reason why you should be doing for anything less than that. Just be patient. Don't run into it. Just take your time. Watford we can do now, which is nice. West Ham we just did, I think. I think we just did West Ham. Wolves we can do now. But yeah, that's how you check what teams you're ready to do. It is that easy. It isn't difficult, I promise you. And the final thing that you guys ask me a lot about is whether or not I do the 2 rare goals all the time. And I always do the 2 rare gold because I think, why not? If I've got unusable gold players that are worth doing. So if let's say, for example, unusable gold players in terms of Liga Banco MX, the Mexican league, they have a lot of non-rare golds. They're perfect to go into 2 rare upgrade pack. They're perfect for that. You haven't got to worry too much about that. They go straight into that upgrade pack as easy as pie. I ain't going to worry about them. They're not going to sit in my club. They have no use to me. So I put them into an upgrade pack. Because if in that rare pack I hit someone I can use, they're brilliant. Even though it's untradeable. Or you might hit fodder. You guys have seen me hit a couple of walkouts from them. See me hit 85s, 86s. Like, they're useful to do. But a lot of you have turned around to me and gone, oh yeah, but I get them, I only got 4 packs, so what's the point in the method? That's not the point in the method. That never has been the point in the method. The rare golds are irrelevant. There's just a bonus if you pack something from them. That's what I can't stress that enough. They're just a bonus if you pack something from them, either fodder or a usable player for your team, especially during promos. You might pack a 5th birthday at the moment for, I've seen people pack Gareth Bale from 1 rare player pack. It's like, it isn't the part of the method. That's just an extra little bonus thing that you can be doing as and when you're doing the cards, basically. That's pretty much it. But I think that's really covering a lot of the questions you guys are asking. If you can think of any more questions, put them in the comment section down below and I'll try and include them as part of the next video. But realistically with this method, I think you guys are overthinking it way too much sometimes. Not all of you. I know some of you have got this and you've nailed it, and that's great. But some of you, I think, overthink this way too much as if it's some sort of ridiculously difficult trading method. It's not. It is just opening packs and converting players. That's all it is. I cannot stress that enough. Open packs, convert players, open packs. It becomes a cycle. The more you spend, the easier it gets, and that's that. But those of you who are looking for hard, solid profit in terms of coin value in your club, you'll be disappointed. That's never part of this method. What you're looking to do is break even. As you can see, so look, if you look at my transfer pile right now, I've got these guys sat on my trade pile, and I've got these guys currently selling on my trade pile for whatever I get to. So I'll be back at about, give or take, once everything sells, I've also got a couple of cards in the club to sell, I'm back at 5 million again. And that's pretty much where I've been the whole time, other than buying a couple of players for my team and stuff like that. It isn't, I promise you, it isn't difficult. This whole method is not difficult. It's just about keeping your coin total the same as you cycle it. But initially, you're going to see a drop-off. You're going to see a drop-off in your coins. But once you pack that 1 or 2 decent walkouts as this cycles through, that'll bring your coin total back up again. And once your club's like mine, I can cycle 20 or 30 packs a day if I really grind hard enough. The minimum I open up per day is 10 to 15. Because I'm now at that stage where I can just cycle through every single league SBC like it's nothing. Like it's not difficult at all. But yeah, that is going to be the end of this video. If you are new around here, please do subscribe down below, click the like button, all that good stuff. It is massively appreciated. As always, check me out on Twitch down below, click the link, and check out foottrading.co.uk for all your trading needs. But for now, lads, I am out. Peace out. I will speak to you soon.